Well, we can speak now to Alexander Scherba, who was Ukraine's ambassador to Austria between 2014 and 2021, and he joins us now. First of all, from your perspective, Ambassador, is the idea of Austria engaging in some sort of shuttle diplomacy, is that welcome?
No, absolutely. Well, actually, if someone wants to help, then of course, but there are no expectations whatsoever about a positive outcome of this. And the first voices that we heard from Moscow absolutely confirmed that it's one more useless visit to Moscow just to massage the ego of bloodthirsty dictator and to humiliate Europe once again.
And obviously, you know Austria well, having been ambassador there. Why do you think that the Chancellor has gone to Moscow? What's the point of it?
Well, Austrians think that they know the secret of happiness in life, and it's called neutrality. They see themselves as bridge builders, and they live in this illusion that for some reason Putin needs them to build bridges. And yesterday I had to remind them that a bridge burner doesn't need bridge builders. The bridge burner must be right now held accountable and forced to realize that he is losing this war. Only then the diplomacy would have some chance.
But are you saying really you think that European Union members and others should simply blackball Russia and President Putin now and not engage with him?
Well, they tried so often, like for years, for decades, to travel to Moscow, and they hold the conversations that, like today, Austrian Chancellor described it, tough and how did he say? Tough and sincere, which is usually a euphemism for Europeans to come to Moscow and say, please stop, and Moscow answering Bazov. It just, the point of it is, I understand why Putin needs it, because he sells it as a sign of strength to his population. Maybe Austrian Chancellor thought that he would sell it to his population as a sign that Austria is a bridge builder. But from what I hear now, he failed, predictably failed, and it brought nothing whatsoever to Europe, or nothing positive.
You mentioned this whole question of neutrality, and Austria is a neutral country. So are Sweden and Finland. We're going to be talking to representatives from those countries here on Drive. Now, both countries appear to be moving towards wanting to join NATO, but Austria isn't, as far as opinion polls are concerned. Why is that?
Austrians sincerely believe and sincerely love the idea of neutrality, unlike Finns, unlike Swedes, for instance, because it's a different story there. Austrian National Day is the day of a proclamation of neutrality. So they think that they really think that neutrality is a secret of happiness, of happy life. I don't bother you, you don't bother me. Why can't you Ukrainians do the same? And then I had to explain that it's a bit different for Ukraine, because Putin wants us dead. Putin wants Ukraine, real Ukraine, free Ukraine, democratic Ukraine gone. And they didn't believe it until now. I hope they are now realizing that all these years we were right and they were wrong.
Is it also that perhaps, certainly compared to Finland, that Austria doesn't feel directly threatened by Russia in the same way?
Of course, absolutely. It's so easy to be neutral if you get rich from it, if you are one way or another under NATO's umbrella without being a NATO member and without the need to pay into NATO's treasure. And it's easy to be neutral if you're Austria. it's very difficult to be neutral if you're Ukraine.
Yet you are telling us here on Times Radio that you are confident, are you, that Russia is going to lose this conflict?
It's unwinnable for Putin because, before this conflict, people in Ukraine, most people in Ukraine hated Putin but loved Russia, but had some illusions about Russia. Many liked Russia. As a result of this war, people are extremely enraged and angry, not only with Putin, but also with Russia. So the concept and the idea of this war for Putin was to get rid of everybody who opposes Russia in Ukraine. And right now, as a result of this weeks of war, he would have to get rid of basically 95% of Ukrainians, which is not doable unless he goes crazy and turns the whole of the country into Aleppo. Well, it's still a possibility, but I hope that real friends of Ukraine like the UK will help us to prevent that.
Thank you very much indeed for joining us, Ambassador Scherba there.